Tonight, a phone buys a $9,000 memory. In 4 seconds. Somewhere else, the same $9,000 buys nothing. No group chat. No confetti. Just a number in an app nobody opens. 20 years from now, one of these decisions is worth 6 times the other. And at the end, I'll show you a third option. The one almost nobody takes. The one that beats them both. 2 guys. Same age. Same city. Same $55,000 salary. Same $9,000 saved. Both huge fans of the game. The World Cup comes to town. One sees the trip of a lifetime. The other sees something else. This isn't about one being dumb. It's about what nobody adds up until too late. Day 1. The ticket window opens. He buys instantly. Screenshots the confirmation. Group chat. 4 seconds. His phone lights up. No way. You're actually going. He has never felt more alive. He tells his barber. His dating profile now just says going to the World Cup. Meanwhile, the other guy opens a brokerage app. Taps $9,000 into an index fund. Closes it. Nobody texts him. There is no group chat for a man who bought a mutual fund. Day 1 isn't close. One man is winning by a mile. But feelings and spreadsheets are different animals. Here's the bait in the trap. The ticket was never the expensive part. Group stage seats start around $60. Doable. Basically a nice dinner. What he doesn't clock is dynamic pricing. The same tech that raises your flight price the moment you look twice. The $60 seat is real. The way a middle seat by the bathroom is technically a flight. The gains he wants climb into the hundreds. Then thousands. Missed the window? Resale is right there. Charging multiples of face value. Scarcity plus obsession. The most profitable equation in the world. He ends up with several tickets. One gloriously overpriced knockout seat. You don't fly that far for one game. Ticket spend passes $2,000. The napkin said 60. Reality said something with a comma. He hasn't left his apartment yet. Notice why he didn't flinch. The second he decided once in a lifetime. A switch flipped. The one that checks prices. Not a personal weakness. The business model. The scarcity. The countdown clock. You'll never get this chance again. All engineered to suspend the normal rules about money. Just this once. Now the costs nobody puts on the highlight reel. Flights across 3 countries. 16 cities. Some 2,000 miles apart. Over $1,000 in the air. Before 1 minute of soccer. Hotels. A city that knows the planet is coming doesn't raise rates. It levitates them. Normal hotels triple their nightly rate. A week across 2 cities. Another $2 to $3,000. Trains. Ride shares. Stadium food price like beer is a rare mineral. The jersey. Because apparently you cannot attend without the jersey. Over $100 for polyester with a good story. None of it is crazy alone. That's the point. Each yes is reasonable. There are 40 of them. Add it up. The trip lands around $9,000. Which is a problem. Because $9,000 was everything he had. The trip didn't fit the budget. It ate the budget. And licked the plate. How did he pay? Savings covered part. The rest went on a card. Or 4 easy payments. A phrase engineered to make $2,000 feel like a snack. The party ends. The payments don't. A couple thousand at 22% interest. Charging rent long after the confetti. The tan fades in a week. The balance is stickier. Now the other guy. Doing absolutely nothing. The most interesting part of the story. His $9,000 sits in an index fund. Deeply, profoundly boring. It doesn't text him. It drifts up. Down. Up a little more. He barely looks. There's a night in year 2. Highlights playing. The photos in the group chat. The crowd. The smoke. The grin. It lands in his chest. A hot little jab. Am I the idiot here? His thumb drifts to the ticket site. I've been responsible. Haven't I earned one? He sits in it. Then closes the tab. The hardest thing in personal finance. Nothing at all. Make no mistake. He wanted to. Discipline isn't not feeling the pull. It's feeling it. And closing the tab anyway. 10 years. The untouched $9,000 has roughly doubled. Low to mid 20,000s. He didn't add a dime. He did nothing except not touch it. One of the hardest financial skills there is. The other guy has 10-year-old photos. A jersey gone see-through at the shoulders. A story his friends now leave the room to avoid. 20 years. The same $9,000 alone grows to around $60,000. From 1 month of spending. One man converted $9,000 into an experience. It peaked the weekend it happened. Deflating ever since. The other converted it into a number. Bigger every year. He ignores it. But here's the multiplier. The World Cup comes back every 4 years. Nobody does this once. 5 trips over 20 years. Versus investing net $9,000 every 4 years. The investor isn't sitting on $60,000. He's north of $150,000. That's one working life. The guy who kept buying the experience. Versus the guy who kept buying the asset. $150,000 is not a vacation. It's a paid-off car. A kid's tuition. A serious dent in a mortgage. Hiding inside a decision that felt like nothing. So that's the case. Airtight. Smug. Except the honest math cuts both ways. Research keeps finding people get more lasting happiness from experiences than things. Possessions fade into the background. Experiences grow in memory. You edit out the sunburn. The flight delay. What's left is the goal in the 89th minute. And it pays before the trip even starts. Real, measurable joy just from anticipating. He didn't buy a seat. He bought a memory. A different kind of dividend. For the rest of his life. And this tournament isn't normal. 2026 is the first World Cup on North American soil since 1994. Maybe the only time the biggest event on Earth lands in his backyard. While he's young enough to chase it. If he brings his 7-year-old. And that kid stands in a stadium for the one home World Cup of his childhood. No index fund pays that dividend. The saver has more money at 60. The spender has a better answer when his kid asks, "Dad, were you there?" Both are real. Anyone who says only one counts is selling you something. So the answer isn't investing good, World Cup bad. The trap was never the tournament. It's spending $9,000 you had to finance. On a trip you never priced out. Because a countdown clock did your thinking for you. The whole machine has one reliable human bug. Decide something is once in a lifetime. And you stop asking what it costs. Even cities fall for it. One study of mega events found the average return to host cities -38%. A polite way of saying the city lit money on fire. And got a month-long party as the receipt. And now, the third option. The one I promised. The one almost nobody takes. There's a version who wants the memory. And decides it's worth it. On purpose. He saves cash for 2 years. Instead of financing it in an afternoon, he goes to one match. Not a continental chase. Because he did the math. And knew which line he couldn't cross. He brings the kid. Buys the one jersey. Skips the marquee final that costs more than the rest combined. Comes home with the whole memory. And no invoice chasing him into next year. That man gets almost everything the spender got. And keeps most of what the saver kept. He exists. He's just rare. And his rarity tells you everything. Because the countdown clock is never there for your benefit. It exists to stop the one thing that kills the sale. Pausing. Long enough to ask what else that money was quietly going to become. One man pays off a month for years. Another turned the same month into something he never thinks about again. Neither is the fool. The only fool is the one who never checked the price before the clock hit 0. Check it. Then have the weekend. Or keep the decade. Just make sure you're the one who chose. If this changed how you see the next once-in-a-lifetime deal, subscribe.